You guys will not believe what happened in between episodes last time. Yeah, I guess I'll just get right on to showing it. So, I was just heading back to our newly formed potion building here. We just built this over the past few episodes. Last episode specifically, we went and built this room right here. And you know what's absolutely crazy? Another one appeared right on over here, miraculously. It's as if someone went, like myself, went and built this off camera or something, like I said in the video. Yeah, you're probably not buying this at all. So this is an exact copy of the room over there, basically. But instead of storing ingredients here, we're storing ourselves some potions, kind of like this. So yeah, just wanted to provide a quick update right here that I did indeed build this room. And luckily, the ground above it, I guess, is a little higher, so I didn't have to put up with any falling sand or anything whilst digging this out. So that went great. It does look a little bit different because it's stone up here and sandstone and dirt. Yeah, it's dirt over there and stone over here. So it does feel a little bit different, but other than that, it should be, in theory, minus the item frames and the contents of the chest, it should be the exact same room. And if it isn't, I guess I'll go and correct that. But this is it, basically. So, as promised, we now have both of our rooms right here. We got the ingredients, we got the potions. It's all symmetrical and everything. It's feeling a lot more open up here. You guys remember last episode where you'd climb the ladder and there'd be chests all around you? No more of that. But, yeah, so this building is actually technically incomplete. You're probably already seeing it right now. And that is that we have 4 brewing stands right on over here and none over there. So, we're going to craft 4 more brewing stands real quick before getting on with the meat of this episode, which, as promised, is going to be going to the end. The end kind of freaks me out. There's a lot of void there, and I really don't want to lose all this diamond armor right here, even though I can just trade for it again and get it all back within the course of maybe like 3 or 4 episodes, probably. Either way, it's a very scary dimension, so I'm stalling with this little task. Anyways, I reckon, if I remember the recipe correctly, we should only need 9 cobblestone for all this. Unless it's like smooth stone, which it isn't, which is good. That would be a little annoying. There we go, that's 3 brewing stands. Alright, that's right, we need 4. What the frick? Alright, so we are gonna need some more cobblestone right here. Sometimes my brain doesn't work. Can you already tell right now? Anyways, we'll just place all 3 of these right on over here. And then I am going to go get the final blaze rod we need for this, and that's the wrong room. Why do I keep going in there? It's probably because it's new and everything, if I had to guess. I was kind of hoping I'd show it off. I'd remember to show it off at the end of last episode, but I never got to that, so I'm plunking it at the start of this one. But anyways, the last brewing stand we need right here. Unless we want to fill in these spaces, but I don't really think that's going to be all that necessary. So there we go, all 8 brewing stands. These are completely dry in terms of fuel, but that's okay. You really can't tell, and we probably won't utilize any of those unless we're doing like a crazy smelting operation or brewing operation. Brewing, smelting, what's the difference? But anyways, yeah, so this building right here, after 4 episodes I think it's finally done. That's pretty nice. This is like really helpful compared to like having to hop between 2 dimensions just to brew potions of all things. We got a nice view of the ocean right over here. That's probably going to be obstructed soon whenever we decide to build something right here, but that's besides the point. I think we could actually use a little bit of decoration here out on the grass and everything, but I suppose that can wait till like much later because it's looking like a super flat world out here. But yeah, anyways, today we're going to the end to get ourselves an elytra, hopefully. It's going to be quite a task, because we're going to have to bridge out over open void without an elytra, obviously, to save us in anything. So, I think what we're going to do first, before we do anything else, is we're going to locate ourselves some paper and gunpowder. We're going to see if we got any just lying around in here. And, craft ourselves some fireworks, because those are kind of essential. If you're going to maybe having an elytra, they let you basically control where you're going to fly and boost your acceleration too. Fireworks are fantastic, and for the longest time, I actually didn't know you could pair them with an elytra and everything. But anyways, that's going to be 30 rockets. That should be more than enough for now. And yeah, we'll just plunk that into the back of our inventory right there. And now it's going to be time to set off, basically. So what we're going to want to do, for those of you who don't remember, we're actually going to want to go through the surface nether. The strongholds with this data pack, link below, generate in the desert nether, but the desert nether, it's going to be even more of a journey in there. So we're going to use the fast travel of the surface nether behind these doors right here. to get there, basically. We had a whole episode about making the portals link up and everything, building a small underwater base. It's really cool stuff. And hopefully this episode is even cooler. Alright, so we're going to need a couple things for this journey right here. I just got done watching the previous, or not previous, but the previous time we were in the end. The Ender Dragon battle episode. Specifically the part where we journey to the place we're going to now. So I have a plan. There's an island really eastward. It's really close to the one that I bridged to in that video. I think what we'll do is we'll bridge over to that one. That one's actually joined up with several others. We're going to check out the other ones that are joined up to it and hope there's an end city. If there's not, we're going to bridge out again. And I think again, too. And we're going to go to that end city that was actually just out of my render distance that you saw me complain about in that video. But anyways, what we're also going to need is we're going to need ourselves some blocks. Nether wart blocks. I reckon these should be perfect for the job because these will not camouflage whatsoever with the terrain out there at all. And we sure do have a whole bunch of them. So yeah, we're actually going to be using these blocks the first time ever, I think. We're also going to need ourselves some ender pearls, but first we're also going to get some night vision potions. And this isn't actually for the end itself, it's for the surface nether. It's pretty dark in there. If you've watched a couple of videos where I've gone there, you'll find out that it is very dark and very hard to see. And there's a whole bunch of like pitfalls everywhere too from all the big caves and stuff. So we're going to play it safe here, and we're going to take 2 of these. One for, nice try, that's a water breathing potion. One for when we're going, and another for when we're coming back. Checking around for pearls here, I did find 4 so far, so that's a little bit more than I was expecting, not going to lie. We can take out the endermen there. Holy crap, 15! That'll work perfectly, actually. So, 19 ender pearls we have now, that's pretty good. I reckon that should be more than enough, and if we do need more, we can just take out some endermen, because there sure are a lot of them there. But anyways, it is time to begin this journey. Well, isn't this just a rare sight right here? We have 3 endermen in the nether. 4 endermen. I think that's kind of rare, not gonna lie. It's not every day you see an enderman in the nether, especially the nether wastes. I do know the warped forest spawns a ton of them, but out here, kind of a rare sight. I don't know what the odds of that are, but anyways, portal is going to be like right on over there, and then we're just going to hop through it. That's going to take us to the desert nether, which is where the stronghold is, and then in the stronghold that's going to be the end portal, and then it's off to the end game. We're going to take a quick nap first, of course, though. These 2 beds are really handy, so that way we can respawn here, which may not be a very smart idea because of what's behind this portal, but it is what it is, I guess. I guess it's too late now to realize that that might not have been a very good decision in the event we do die. Now it is time to go down our bubble column, which, not gonna lie, I kind of forgot we made this because it's been such a hot minute and everything. As said before, I will try to get out more Minecraft videos out in 2026. Maybe even a new series too, and a different survival series. It won't replace this one at all, but I think you'll like it, trust me. It's something I used to do way back in the day. But anyways, here it is. The fabled end portal. Holy frick, that's a silverfish. We gotta get out of here. But yeah, here we are, the fabled end portal. Here's the end. Make sure there's nothing out here on this platform with us. And then we're gonna chuck this ender pearl right on over there. Kabam! And now, it is time for the challenge to begin, I guess. So, as soon as we get that elytra, we're slapping that thing on because it is extremely dangerous to walk around in the end because of the void without one. So we're just going to chuck this right through, or we're just going to crawl right into that, I guess. And here we are. Man, this is something else. Something else with night vision too. I don't know. I was not here with night vision last time, so it's not like this whole like purple haze and everything everywhere. But yeah, here the frick we are, dude. Hopefully we get through this alright. I'm gonna try to remain as focused as I can, as anxious of a person as I am. Here's the plan. As said before, that's the island I was just talking about. We're gonna bridge over that. I can see, I think I was right in remembering that this is joined up with several islands. And then if there's no end city on this island, we're gonna bridge over to that one over there. Here goes. the task right here. Now, I don't want to rush this. We're just gonna bridge across here gently. We gotta make sure that shift key is down. We do not want that shift key going up, because that's gonna be death, basically. We are on the very edge of these blocks right here, and we really do not want to fall off. I should probably stop talking and just cut to when I actually get over there. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna end a pearl because we're really close and everything. I don't want to risk it. That looks hideous. And we're probably gonna go through and break all these one-block bridges once we have the elytra and a reliable source of fireworks right there. But here we are. So this is the island right here. We're just gonna keep traveling down here. And hopefully there's an end city. Again, there is that one right there, and it does have an elytra. You can see right there with the ship. We gotta play it safe here, especially given our items here. That's my #1 fear. I know it's just diamond armor with protection 4 and mending on it, but it's kind of been a little bit of a journey getting that and everything. I think death is also kind of annoying too. Maybe I'm like a little freaked out about it and stuff. Maybe it's really not that deep, I guess. But it is that deep to me, okay? Hopefully everyone understands that right now. Anyways, looking around here, I do not see an end city at all besides that one. So, yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to bridge over there, I guess. That's gonna be cool. Risking our lives a second time, I guess. And the night vision's running out. See, I believe this point right here, this is going to be the end of the whole island right here, I guess. So, yeah, what's this right here? We got another island, and then the island the end city is on. I'm assuming. Unless I can get a better angle. That does look like it could be its own island, though, right there. Like one of those smaller ones. It's not like the tiny ones right here. What I do know is that, unfortunately, it's going to be bridging time once again. And it does look like from this angle that that is just a small island. I kind of thought so, I'm not gonna lie. How close? We might be able to ender pearl over there, not gonna lie. However, I don't think we're going to be able to ender pearl from there all the way over there either. So, not gonna do this just yet. I just want to be safe. I'm just gonna bridge on over there. And now we got this point right on over here, and I reckon that right there, I am almost 100% sure that has to be the island with the end city on it. So, yep, here it goes. The final bridge, I guess. Would you look at that? I actually summoned up the courage to finish the bridge going across. That's good. So yeah, it's all water under the bridge now because we finally have access to this end city. I think the only remaining danger would be the shulkers, and if that end ship is over the void, we might have to do a little bit more bridging and stuff, because I don't want to run the risk of... Actually, I don't think it would be a very smart idea to attempt to ender pearl to that, like, at all. Because, like, if that misses, it's still going to be a long way down to the ground. But yeah, here we are, our first end city. It doesn't look like there's any other ones in sight right here. So, yeah, I guess this is kind of, like, very alone. I guess, if I can't, because typically you can see another one from one of them if you've got max render distance and everything. I'm technically not on max render distance. My render distance is 30, not 32. You know what we can do? We can ender pearl right up there since the shulker levitated me and stuff. That was a really good shot by me. Nice. And there it is. So that's going to be the end ship. Let's, doesn't look like we can do much of anything. I think the safest route would be to ender pearl back down to avoid the fall damage. And then, I think, there's nothing up there. We're gonna go check for some treasure. Besides the elytra, of course, I reckon this room might have treasure and an e-chest in it. While we're here, too, we can also collect ourselves some shulker shells. Those are gonna be fantastic for shulker boxes. And shulker boxes, they are something else, let me tell you. They're extremely useful. Didn't look like there was any treasure in there. I don't know whether I levitated past it or what. We're gonna have to probably check that again. We're gonna keep on levitating, it looks like. I mean, you know, there's an advancement for levitating, like 50 blocks, I think it is. We might be able to get that, too, while we're here. But I only want to do that if we have an elytra and everything, because the elytra is going to be saving us from falling, too. You got to remember that. Got to activate it while we're falling. And there's no treasure in that room, either. I think it's time to try and locate that. There it is. To get over to that end ship. Unless this has treasure in it. I think it does. Yeah, it has the upper half right here. The other ones did not have the upper half, I don't think. Let's see what's in here. We just got some beetroot seeds and a chest plate. That's cool, I guess. I was kind of hoping for something more. Maybe some more enchanted diamond gear or something. That would have been nice. That might be the only treasure in this whole end city. Alright, end ship, end ship. It looks like it's right there, so we can just pearl right on down there. Another good shot by me, but I don't trust myself to make this. So, yeah, it's doing this the old-fashioned way time. We're gonna bridge on over there. And then, oh wait, I can use this to get on over there, so I can just get hit by you. Can fly on over here because of the levitation, and bam, that's a really efficient way of doing it. Not really sure if that's like the intended way. If you're like supposed to like get hit by a whole bunch of bullets and everything from the shulkers and then float on over here, but I guess that's partially intended. This place, this should have some good stuff. Right here we got 2 potions of healing, pretty nice. I'm pretty sure that's the only naturally occurring brewing stand in this whole game. And in here we have lots of good loot. We got diamonds, gold, shovels, chest plates, a helmet with protection 4 and unbreaking 3, very nice. And right here, the fabled elytra. Beautiful stuff. Sky's the limit indeed. We're gonna definitely take this home and enchant this with mending, that's for sure. Because we don't want this thing breaking in midair. It's kind of important, but yeah, there we go. We have successfully raided the end city. Also, I can't hit these bullets to save my own life for some reason. I swear, I've clicked like hundreds of times trying to break these bullets, and I know you can break them because that's how you just can. Okay. I've done it several times in the past, and it had arguably less accuracy, and it worked. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe my aim is just bad or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. It's time to go home. Finally. I'm sick of this place, honestly. So we can glide with this thing, and then if we use the rocket, we can fly. Pretty nifty stuff, if you ask me. It's very nice. We could theoretically go out and fly in that direction, and that would take us back to the main end island, but I do only have 29 rockets, and I don't want to run the risk of, you know, running out of rockets in the middle of the void. That would kind of be an oof. We can travel through the surface nether like never before. I mean, look at this. We can fly and everything. We don't have to deal with anything on the ground. We might not even have to drink the night vision anymore, because, like, I can clearly see where I'm going here. Like, it's just across this crimson forest. We have taken out a little bit of durability from here, but that is okay. Yeah, I think this is the wrong crimson forest. We gotta go the opposite way. I've been here, like, several times. There's a bastion over there. We could check that out sometime. Anyways, if this ain't the right crimson forest, which I'm pretty sure it's not, we can just go into this direction, which is the other crimson forest, and a warped forest right next to it, too. And then just beyond that's gonna be the Soul Sand Valley, and then that's where our portal is. You know what we can also do? Since there's a ghast right here, we can run up to these guys, or fly up to them, and take them out in one hit. And I believe we have the possibility to get multiple gas tiers from that, too, because we have looting on here. Yes, we do. Okay. Really good stuff. Gas tiers are going to be helpful for regeneration potions and end crystals, too, if we want to bring the Ender Dragon back. And here we are, alive and well, in one piece. We did not lose a lot of health at all in that end city, to be honest. That's all thanks to Protection 4. But the void sure was very much anxiety-inducing, that's for sure. But luckily we shouldn't have to put up with that anymore. We've also got 7 shulker shells right here. That's going to be pretty good. So, yeah, I guess the rest of this video is just going to be me using all these new resources right here and everything to better the world, basically. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enchant the elytra and everything. Unbreaking and mending are going to be essential for that. I think that's going to be the only 2 enchantments we need to apply to that, unless memory does not serve me correctly. But I am pretty sure, like 99.9% sure, there is nothing else we need to do to this elytra at all. Like, because the mending will repair itself. We don't need phantom membranes to do that on an anvil. So it should all be good. We're also going to put all this armor away too. Maybe we can use this for a future project or something, but for now, it is going into the bunker right down here. One of the bunkers. We have like several bunkers in this world. We love bunkers. And I've also got a lot of other items down here too. We have like a whole bunch here. We got leather boots. We got this pickaxe right here. Pretty sure this is actually like the very first pickaxe I traded from a villager. Or maybe not, I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty sure I kept it here for a reason. I'm probably gonna have to watch a couple of the earlier episodes, like before 10, to figure that out. But we also have the silk touch pick, which we're gonna take, the golden helmet, which we need for the piglins, the horse armor. It's horse armor. We're probably not gonna come across a horse, unfortunately, in this world. And the flint and steel, the leather boots. We could probably use those for, I guess, walking across powdered snow if we ever come across any in this world. I highly doubt that as well. But other than that, I think that should be everything. And what we're going to do with all those items now is we are going to put them all in a shulker box and carry said shulker box with us. But I'm kind of being all over the place right now. I did say we were going to enchant the elytra, and next thing you know, we're down here because we got to get rid of all these potions and everything. We got to store them away. Keep them in safekeeping. Anyways, elytra enchantment. We got 52 emeralds right here. I reckon that should be enough for mending. Maybe unbreaking too. But mending is going to be the most important one. We're going to head right on over here to our enchanting hall. Buy ourselves some books if I didn't already buy them. Because I think I bought like several mending books a while back and shoved them in a chest in here. Turns out the only 2 books I stored were Efficiency 5 and Protection 4. So I guess we'll use those when we get to use them. But anyways, where's my mending dude at? Mending. Mr. Mending, where you at? There you are. We're going to take 2 of these books right here. One for the flint and steel as well. Because you can and do that and stuff. I don't know if we're going to be like using the flint and steel like crazy usage of it. But we do have it here. So it's renewable flint and steel. Fishing rod with unbreaking 3 on it. That could also use mending. But we only have 12 emeralds right now and I'm too lazy to go back. But yeah, there we go. That is that task complete right there. So now we don't have to worry about the elytra breaking for the most part. Villager! What are you doing out here? I think there's actually a guy who ended up in what used to be the sheep pen over here. I think he walked around the building right here. It's the same dude. It was a weaponsmith. You, get in here. It's not safe out there. That's my area. You go back in there. Thank you. Anyways, next thing, we are going to craft ourselves a shulker box. To do that, we're going to need 2 shulker shells, I believe, and just a chest. So, pretty easy stuff right there, I think. Craft ourselves the chest, and there it is, a shulker box. So this is actually quite different from a chest. You still have the normal storage and everything, but when you put things inside of it and then you break it like this, the items get retained. As you can see, we can hold this in block form. We can shove all these items that would have otherwise taken up 6 inventory slots all into one. It is amazing stuff right here. You can also dye these too. We're gonna do that if I have any dyes lying around, which I do. We have a poppy right here. We can turn this red. Red is pretty nice. We can just do a little something like that. And there we go. Red shulker box. Pretty nice. And that's going to basically be, I guess, like an extension to our inventory for now. When we go out and take out more shulkers and everything, I can make more and everything. Such as one we can throw in the ender chest right here. Ooh, would you look at this? Is this another silk touch pick? I think I might have accidentally made 2 silk touch picks in this world. Anyways, yeah, one of them has unbreaking, the other one doesn't. So we have 2 silk touch picks in this world. That's cool. We'll shove that in there. Anything else? Oh, another flint and steel and the sponge. We'll take the sponge. But yeah, I guess I've made some oversights in this world. Forgotten that I made certain items, but yeah, nonetheless, there we go. They can all live in there and everything, and we can keep that in our back pocket, I guess, for a while now. So there we go. Now, lastly, we're just going to have to craft up some more fireworks, because I just so happen to come across some gunpowder, just like that. I am going to need some paper, though, but it's very good that these are, like, so dirt cheap. At least the basic one. Like, these are just for elytra flying and everything. Like, all the other ones that are, like, for show and everything, I believe one of them even requires, like, a diamond for a certain effect, but there's a whole rabbit hole of different fireworks you can craft in this. Keep finding nothing but gunpowder and no paper. We might have to go and harvest part of the sugarcane tower. Here we go, 32 paper. And there we go, 48 rockets. Very nice. So we'll just shove those in here. And there we go, more than a stack of rockets. I think that is great. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. We really conquered my fears, I guess, in this. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw. And I will see you in the next episode, I guess, where we're going to be doing something. I'm not really sure what, to be honest.